All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy back again with another live. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope that you guys are staying safe. So, happy Sunday, you guys. I know I'm on here a lot earlier than normal, but I'm so happy to be back. Um, if this is you guys' first time watching me, my name is Joy. I am a narcissist abuse coach. I've been dealing with narcissists since 2006, and since 2017, I have been helping former victims, now survivors, heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. So, you guys, I kind of want to share with I want to share, sorry about that, you guys, with the Facebook family that I'm live. So just give me one moment here, you guys. I don't know who's all gonna come on the room, but welcome in. This is not gonna be too much of a long live, but I just want to know how you guys are feeling today. How are you guys feeling about Christmas coming up? You know, the new year. Can you guys believe it's gonna be 2025? Isn't that crazy? That is something else, right? So I want to share that I'm live on my Facebook family. Give me one moment here. Hopefully, you guys are having a chill, relaxed day. Sunday, just chilling out, hanging out with the family, kind of cooling. You know what I mean? Cooling, you know? So let's see. I don't know who's all going to join. But this topic, you guys, was actually something that I found out myself. Like I said, I'm always, learning too, just like you all. I'm a student. I think the beautiful thing about helping others is it's once you get into that position where you're able to help people, once you've overcame narcissistic abuse and things like that, it's always just good to just keep growing. You know what I mean? Keep learning, keep growing. And so that way, you're able to just keep improving and progressing in your life. You know what I mean? So that's always something to be mindful of here. So, yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna post it in the group so folks can come. But like I said, I know people are probably just chilling on a Sunday today. So, And I also know that a lot of people, especially during this time of the year, do experience, depression, anxiety. A lot of people also could be afraid to go out in public just because, the big crowds, a lot of people. Some people, have OCD, some people are claustrophobic, and it just brings up a lot of like, nervousness and just, a lot of fears and worries. So just kind of, keep that in mind here. But let me see. Yeah, I saw this actually on a post on my Instagram, and I was like, that'd be a good topic to talk about, because I'm pretty sure a lot of folks do deal with it. I know I dealt with it in the past. I dealt with it a lot, especially when I went no contact with my aunt that was a narc, and the male narc back in 2014, definitely, you know. So that was a for sure thing that I had to deal with. I had to overcome. So, you know. So yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Hey guys, make sure that you do give this video a like. And like I said, feel free to come in, share how you guys feel about, are you guys feeling sad during this period of time? Or if you know someone who's feeling sad, the seasonal affective disorder. Or maybe you want to know how you can support somebody that's going through this, because maybe you may not have SAD, but you may know some other family members and friends that could be dealing with it, and maybe they're reaching out to you for support. It's always good to learn how to be able to support people, dealing with this type of situation. But let's talk about it. What is SAD? It's actually seasonal affective disorder. You guys can go to Google with this one, and it just says it is a type of depression that occurs during seasons, usually fall and winter. I think this could also be it too, especially during Valentine's Day. For those of you, Valentine's Day and maybe even Mother's Day and Father's Day. That could also be a time for seasonal affective disorder, but for sure during this period of time, like fall and winter time, a lot of people definitely experience SAD because I think what happens is maybe people have flashbacks, they have memories of the past, or maybe some people really kind of they blame themselves for situations, or they really beat themselves up about the past, or they beat themselves up about mistakes, or they do the woulda, coulda, shoulda. There's a lot of negative self-talk that occurs. So I feel like, yeah, a lot of people deal with this. So let's just kind of get into it here. Let me see. I need to clean out my email, you guys. I got a lot of emails in here. I gotta clean it out. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm just looking like, wow, it's interesting. All right, so so let's look at the symptoms. So if you're dealing with this is how you can know. So it says decreased energy or fatigue, difficulties concentrating or remembering, changes in sleep or appetite, physical aches and pains, thoughts of death and suicide, sad, anxious, or empty feelings, feeling hopelessness and guilt, worthlessness, and helplessness. And you could have loss of interest and pleasure in activities. So let's talk about the causes of SAD during this period of time, right? During the holidays. So SAD is triggered by changes in seasons, such as less sunlight and shorter days, which makes sense, the daylight savings time. Other factors that can contribute to SAD include melatonin, sleep related hormone, and chemical changes in the brain. Wow. Okay, so some treatments. It says some things that you guys can do to kind of help with this disorder. It just says light therapy, which involves sitting near a special light box to mimic natural outdoor light, antidepressant medicines, talk therapy, such as cognitive behavior therapy or counseling, vitamin D supplements, or vitamin C could also help as well. But I know with it being daylight savings time, you get less sunlight. And I know sometimes when if you're not in the sun, or, it rains a lot where you are, it can be kind of depressing. Or if it snows a lot, that can be depressing too. So yeah, make sure you get your vitamin D supplements and your vitamin C. Lifestyle measures such as getting more natural sunlight, exercising regularly, and managing stress. So, having a good workout routine, you want to make sure as much as you can, because I know the world is crazy as it is. So you want to try to minimize stress as much as you can, minimize drama as much as you can. Try to, if you are in a chaotic environment, just try to be like the type of person where you're just like, no, I'm cool in the drama. Like, you don't want any stress. Like, you get what I'm saying? And just try to like go out in the sunlight. Like I said, work out. Or if you can't go to a gym, just go for a walk, or try to practice some yoga or something like that. I know I'm going to do me some yoga after this video. I'm just saying. But no, I'm really looking forward to that workout. But you know what I mean? But just doing something that's going to make you feel good about yourself. Like I said, whether it's working the body, calming your mind, if that's saying a prayer, or, or if it's talking to somebody about it, like maybe talking to a coach, a therapist, a counselor, a mentor, a trusted friend or family member. Now, you do have to be careful that you guys know I always talk about this, being mindful of who it is that you're sharing like certain experiences with, because, you do have some people that would pose as a friend, like a narcissist or a toxic person. So you just want to be careful that, you're very mindful, and that you're able to kind of fill out who is like your friends and who's not, or, who has your back and who doesn't. That's really important, being able to use your discernment, being able to trust your energy, your vibes, and what you feel with other people. Because I'm telling you, like, our body is so intelligent. I've been telling you guys that for a long time. Like, your body will tell you, like, hey, stay away from this person, like danger, like it's going to warn you. And then your body's also going to tell you, like, okay, like you can trust this person. This person's cool. This person's not going to hurt you. And even if you've had those negative experiences and, it's caused you a lot of pain or disappointments or letdowns and stuff like that, you just want to make sure that you're on the right path, and you can really begin to work on healing yourself, so that way you don't push away good people that can actually help you and want to be supportive to you, on your journey versus, being around individuals that could be trying to, stifle your growth or try to distract you or trying to cause confusion and, and stuff like that. So you just got to be careful. You know what I mean? And that's why I say it's good to be able to spend time by yourself, because your intuition is going to tell you what's right and what's wrong, but you got to be aware, and you got to be the type where you can listen to, like, you can have good judgment, like you can trust yourself and make the right decisions. Or if you feel like you made a mistake, then you can go back and fix it, but just try to make sure that you're the type where when your gut is telling you to do something, do it. Or if your gut is telling you, like, hey, stay away from that person, stay away from that person, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody saying, like, telling you what to do, but your body is going to tell you, your intuition's going to tell you, your gut's going to tell you. You get me? Especially females know this, females understand this, but men don't. Men, even the men that I've had talk to me, especially like when they dealt with female narcs, they always went against like what their intuition was telling them, just because they was going based off of emotion and based off of history, based off of memories. They wasn't going based off of their gut feeling. Like, women usually go off of their gut. Sometimes they will ignore it, but a lot of times that female intuition is a doozy. But yeah. So, prevalence, it says SAD is more common in people's living farther north, in women and men. Yeah, so people that like live in a northern part of the US, so like the states where it's like the winters are brutal, right? So like New York, New Jersey, Delaware, even in the Midwest too, like Illinois, Michigan, North Dakota, South Dakota, Idaho, all those states like where it's cold and it can, like, it snows a lot, maybe even Colorado, you know what I mean, Ohio, Vermont, all those like northern states, those are the states where people are prone to have SAD. Now, there's some people, even though it's not like cold, maybe some people in the South, those people are prone for depression too, because it doesn't necessarily have to do with the weather, although the weather does have an effect on people's moods. Because the good thing, like when you're in the South and the weather is a little bit warmer, I know like North Carolina, South Carolina, they have colder weathers, but I guess like in the South, like the lower part of the United States, at least if you're kind of dealing with some stuff, maybe you can go out in nature and kind of just get some peace of mind, maybe just like going to the beach or going on a nature walk or go for a hike and stuff like that. But people up north, they can't really do that because it's cold outside. You get what I'm saying? But so you do have that. But yeah, it says the age onset is estimated between 18 and 30 years, but it could be people older than that too that deal with that. It says you should talk to your mental health care provider or mental health specialist if you're concerned and you think you might be suffering from SAD. So I do recommend that. Yeah, it says this is for informational purposes only. For medical advice or diagnosis, consult a professional. So always be sure to consult a professional, you guys. You know what I mean? And don't be afraid to like say how you feel. Don't be afraid to speak up if you're feeling SAD. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling miserable, if you're upset, like talk to someone about it. Speak up, share how you feel. Like, don't. And again, I'm not telling anybody what to do, but it's just, it helps you. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, if you're feeling a type of way, and you're thinking it's going to affect or hurt somebody else, you're just hurting yourself. And the other person doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? But is speak up. Now, like I said, when it comes to dealing with a narcissist, there's no compromising with a narcissist. It's not necessary. Don't even try to say anything or do anything with that person. They're a lost cause. Just let them do what they do, whatever, who cares? But if you're a normal person, maybe you've been hurt, you're trying to heal, you've been through a lot, you made mistakes and you feel regretful about stuff, speak up. Like, don't be afraid to reach out. You're not weak. It's not, Oh, you gotta get somebody to help you get over a person. It's like, who cares? Like, it's about you. It's about your healing, your recovery. It's not about anybody else. That's what I had to learn on my journey. I realized, like, it's not about the narcissist. It's not about my aunt. It's not about Narc. It's not about the borderline. It's not about them. It was about me and my journey and my healing and my recovery. And that's how you have to be if you really want to move on with your life, because the good thing about us normal people is that we do have that capability of moving on with our lives, versus a narcissist is that they stay stuck in the past. They like to ruminate over the things. They're going to play victim for the rest of their lives. You get what I'm saying? They're never going to take accountability for their actions, because they just don't, and they don't care. You get me? And so that's not your problem. No, you're not a narc. If you're watching this, hopefully you're not. I mean, I know there's narcissists watching now, but I'm just saying, like, for the normal people that are watching, like, you're not a narcissist. So, excuse me, you just want to make sure that you're doing things to invest in yourselves, invest in your mental health, investing in your self-care, investing in, your self-improvement, your self-discovery, your self progression in life. Because if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. I can't do it. I can make these videos all day, but at the end of the day, if you don't do anything about it, then it's just like, well, that's your decision. And that's the beautiful thing about when God created humans. God gave us the power to make our own decisions. Now, God knows that humans know what's right and wrong. And I think that's why God calls judgment on people. And there is karma, because God knows, like, hey, I created that person, I created that human, and they know what's right and wrong. And when people choose to do wrong, then that's when God calls judgment. And then that's when karma comes into play. So it's like, hey, it is what it is. So anyway, hopefully that made sense, you guys. Let's look here. Yeah, it also says, just some treatments for the seasonal affective disorder. Like I said, light therapy and vitamin D are treatments for winter patterns, whereas psychotherapy and antidepressants are used to treat depression in general, including winter and summer pattern SAD. There's no specific treatments to summer pattern SAD. Yeah, I know a lot of people can feel summer pattern SAD. I remember, like, when I was dealing with abuse, the narcissist, when I went no contact, what I did during the summer, I worked out a lot. Like, I would do my yoga, I would hang out with my friends, and I read a lot. Like, I did a lot of reading. Actually, I got to stock up on my books too. I got to get some more books that I'm going to share with you that I'm going to be reading. But if you guys have not already, make sure that you do get a copy of my book called Your Pain Will Make You Successful. Actually, hold on, y'all. I actually have some copies right here. If you have not already, I do have Reclaim Your Life Back, but make sure that you do get Your Pain Will Make You Successful, front and back. And then I Feel Misunderstood. This is for the babies. This is for the kids. This right here. I Feel Misunderstood, front and back. These will be great. These will be great for your babies because, well, this is good. This one is good for the babies, and this one is good for the young adults and the older adults, because when you read, you get knowledge. You gain knowledge. Now, usually what I always like to say, when you read, it's always good. I like to read stuff that's going to help me in my life. That's why, like, the books I'm going to get, I'm going to share it with you, because to me, like, when I'm reading something, I'm like, okay, how can this apply to my life? How can I make it? How can this book make my life different? You get what I'm saying? That's what I always think about. Like, if I'm ever writing a book, I'm like, how can whoever is reading this, how can it make their life different? You get what I'm saying? So that was really the biggest thing that I thought about when it came to writing books. And by the way, if you have already gotten a copy of my book, I love you so much. And thank you for your support. Thank you so much. Please continue to keep doing that. I really, really appreciate it. But let me put this back over here. But yeah, so I just, I don't know. I'm just always, during that time when I was dealing with SAD, especially in the summertime, like, I read a lot of books. I definitely prayed to God a lot. And I really spent a lot of time by myself because I was like, well, there's a reason why this happened to me, my experience dealing with the narcissist. So, if, oh, thank you for the light. So it really just changed my perspective, like when I spend time alone. Because I know a lot of people are probably afraid to be alone. I get it. Like it can be uncomfortable. I know it can feel scary. You're like, oh, why are you always alone? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I like being alone. I love spending time alone because when I spend time alone, I talk to God a lot. I'm able to think clearly. I'm able to see things clearly. I'm able to, be logical about decisions, not emotional. I don't have to think about other people's opinions. Now, of course, if I ask somebody for advice, then I'll take that into consideration. But at the end of the day, I'm going to make my own decisions. And that's really, I think, is going to be helpful on your recovery. Like I said, it's not to say you have to isolate from family and friends. Like I said, you have to make sure whoever you're around is trustworthy, right? And that they really have your back and they're not just trying to use you, right? You have to be mindful, right? And that comes with trial and error. But with me, I've truly been grateful and blessed to have met some good, genuine friends during a period of time when I was living in California. Even now, I'm still friends with those individuals. It's like less than a handful, which I'm fine with. But it's like when you're by yourself, it's truly it's a great thing, because like I said, you can really see things clearly, think clearly, and you don't have any distractions, and you can focus on what you need to focus on, and you can actually get more things done. You can be more progressive, you can be more productive if you actually think about it. Because think about it, the more people you have, the more distractions you got, and more voices in your head, and people saying all this stuff, and you can't get anything done. You get what I'm saying? So it's really important to have that time to yourself, so that way you can think clear, see clearly, and so that way you can make better decisions, and get things done that you want to get done. Thank you, the right group. How are you? What's up, the right group? SEO, what's up? Big facts. Hey. So, but yes, the right group. How are you doing on a Sunday? What's up? How's it going? And I appreciate you for always leaving comments on my YouTube. I appreciate that. Yes. Okay, so let's talk more about some symptoms of seasonal affective disorder. So, some symptoms, it says again, I feel like I already went over, but it says a persistent low mood. It says a loss of pleasure and interest in normal day activities, irritability, feelings of despair, guilt, worthlessness, feeling lethargic, lacking in energy, sleepy during the day, sleeping for longer than normal, and finding it hard to get up in the morning. So, some folks that deal with SAD, those would be some symptoms. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it says serotonin. It says that SAD hormone is serotonin levels. So it says a drop of serotonin, a brain chemical neurotransmitter, affects the mood, might play a role in SAD. So reduced sunlight can cause a drop in serotonin and may trigger depression. So, and again, also, you guys know what triggers depression is when you stay stuck in the past, when you ruminate over things that haven't worked out, or you ruminate over mistakes, you ruminate over negative experiences and situations. So when you're able to, and trust me, I get it. You have to feel your feelings. I always encourage you guys, feel how you feel, but give yourself a time frame. Sorry about that, you guys. Give yourself a time frame, so that way you're not stuck in that depression and you're not stuck in that anxiety, because you just want to make sure you're not the type of person where you use the negative experience as a shield, like to protect yourself, to keep yourself stuck in the past, to keep yourself stagnant and stifled. You get what I'm saying? Because I know a person was telling me, they were like, and this person doesn't know me, like I said, but they're in my group, actually, my Facebook support group. But this individual got hurt by a person, and sometimes, hurt people is true. That's not an excuse. But the individual was like, oh, I hear your story, and saying like, oh, you're playing the victim and this and this. And that's like, bro, like, I actually went through this. Like, I don't think that's what I'm saying. Like, when you get hurt, you just lash out and you say anything. It's just like, you got to look at my videos and read my books, and so you can actually get a feel of like who I am and what I actually been through. Like, I don't just talk this stuff, I actually live through this abuse. Like, it's not a joke and it's not a game, and it's not about just sharing a story. It's like, this is a real life experience. People actually go through this. So, you just got to be careful, when you deal with abuse. Make sure that you get the support that you need, so that you're not being a person that's, being toxic or negative and projecting onto other people just because you're hurt. You get what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? You said you're doing great. Good, good. I'm happy to hear that. Yes, yes. So, but yeah, hopefully that made sense, you guys. I'm always just, wanting to make sure, because, and again, I understand that people do stuff. People do videos and they talk about certain stuff on YouTube that is not true. People do it all the time. Some people actually do this in person. People will like spread rumors against you. They'll make up false accusations. They'll lie on you. They'll get people to stalk you and harass you in work environments. They'll, just do anything. They'll do anything. They'll do magic on you, and they'll like text you from numbers that is not them, but they'll use like a text now number app or whatever, or they'll try to put stuff in your name, and make it seem like it's you. They'll do all that stuff, you guys. It is what it is at the end of the day. So, people are hurt, but it's not an excuse for the behavior. So, you just like I had to do the work, you have to do the work too. If you want to heal, move on, recover. Now, some people don't want to do the work. Some people rather just be like, oh, I was hurt, so now I'm just closing myself off. I'm gonna just hurt everybody else. I gotta be in a relationship, so I'm gonna just fake who I am. I'm gonna just pretend to be something that I'm not, and I'm gonna just be miserable for the rest of my life. That's a choice too. I'm not telling nobody what to do. What do I always tell you guys? I only want to help people that want to be helped. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Let's see here. Yeah, it says what month is worse for seasonal affective disorder? It says it is recognized mental health disorder and is most severe during December, January, and February, when the days are shorter and the nights get darker earlier. Most people are affected to some extent by the change in season. Also, too, I think because of the season changes and the days get shorter, people, I guess, that are sensitive to the weather season changes, it causes for them to be under the weather also. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, it says how to beat the winter blues. It says make a habit of getting out for a daily walk, right? Add vitamin D to your diet and nutritional changes. Plan fun activities and stick to those commitments. Get social with family and friends, trusted family and friends, not just anybody, because you got narcs out there. It says move your body with physical activity. Reach out to your support network. So yeah, yes, yes, yes. Let's see here. Yeah, and you may want to know, like, hey, am I depressed or is it just sad? So this is how you can know. So depression is more simply feeling unhappy or fed up for a few days. Most people go through periods of feeling down, but when you're depressed, it says, but when you're depressed, you feel persistently sad for weeks, months, rather than just a few days. Interesting. Yeah, so just be mindful, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I hope that was helpful, and you guys kind of if you're feeling sad this holiday season, just reach out, talk to someone, get advice, or um do some things that's going to make you happy, even if it's by yourself. Like I said, I know a lot of people are afraid to be by themselves. A lot of people, care, I guess, a lot what people think, but you have to break free. You got to break free of that. I know. And it's not to say that you're the type of person like you just don't, care about what anybody thinks, but you have to be mindful that the people that support you, of course you care about them, but the people that don't support you, you shouldn't care because they're not doing anything to help you. So, you really have to kind of gain that particular perspective, right? So that's kind of like how I see it. That's my perspective. But at the end of the day, you care about how you feel about yourself. So if you don't love yourself, if you don't like yourself, then you have to learn how to do that. Because I mean, I've been there. I've been to the point where I did not like myself. I did not love myself many, many years ago. Many years ago. Not now, but yeah. Years ago, I did not. And I think it was based off of how I was treated. I feel like I was a Cinderella. I know it's going to sound silly, but I felt like, especially living with my aunt, I felt like I was a Cinderella and my aunt was the wicked stepmother. I know it sounds funny, but it's true. It was true. And I felt like that with a lot of people in my life. Just, I don't know, this just sometimes the world is not nice to you. Even if you're kind and courteous and respectful to other people, you wish people well. You have good intentions for people. Some people just don't like that itself. People don't, unfortunately, we live in a world where some people don't like to see you smile. People don't want to see you doing good. They don't want to see you doing better than them. Obviously not. It's a no for that, because most people are in competition. Most people are very competitive. Most people are like, oh, well, you got this, I want that. Like, so it's just like, stay in your own lane, do your own thing. Like, you don't have to be, competing with anybody. It's good to get inspiration. It's good to be inspired. It's good to be motivated. But some people have the mentality where like, oh, I got to take from that person. Oh, I got to beat that person down to get what I want. It's just like, no, it's enough to go around. Like, you don't have to be that way, So my perspective, I'm like, dude, like, let's support each other. Let's build each other up. Let's empower each other, because there's already enough stuff going on in the world anyway. You get what I'm saying? So, hopefully that made sense though. So, but, but yeah, let's talk about, kind of just wrapping everything up, just the depression and anxiety blues, right? So, some people could be feeling some anxiety, especially just, going out. For those of you that have done your Christmas shopping, if you haven't, you have to go out there and go shopping, or, get gifts for friends, family members, loved ones, and things like that. And you may be dreading it because you're like, oh, I don't want to wait in those long lines. I don't want to have to, go shopping and people are rude and it's big crowds, and you just like, oh, let me just get everything online. Let me not be around all these people. You know what I'm saying? You could be feeling that way, and that's okay too. Maybe you want to pick a day where it's not too many people that's out, or maybe you want to go either early in the morning, or you want to go to maybe to where you need to go like before the store closes. Like, you get what I'm saying? And some people are like, hey, you know what? Like, I don't need to buy anything for anyone. Maybe your family doesn't celebrate the holidays. Maybe it's just a family get together. Like, you have some families that don't believe in Christmas. People don't believe in Thanksgiving. Some people don't believe in Halloween and stuff like that. So it just really depends, to be honest. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, let's talk a little bit about anxiety, or just, nervousness. Some people get panic attacks from being out in public. I know there was one person that reached out to me. It was a female, and she mentioned that she had dealt with narcissistic abuse, and I think the narc had lived within proximity to her. So that's a little different, because some narcissists, they live further away. Some narcissists are online. You can meet narcissists online, but this person, I think the narcissist lived within proximity. And I don't know if this person got a restraining order on the narc, but she said it was difficult. Not only was it difficult for her to do her routine, just kind of getting up, getting in the shower, eating and stuff like that. So she just wanted to lay in the bed all day. So that's another thing that occurs with SAD or depression, holiday blues. Some people just want to sleep all day. Maybe they may get something to eat, go to the bathroom, whatever, but they don't want to go out of the house. But she was saying it was so difficult for her to like drive or like to walk, because I think she wanted to go to the gym or something like that. But she felt like panicky, like a panic attack, like going to the gym, or panicking going to the grocery store. It can be overwhelming, and that does definitely has a lot to do with the CPTSD. and things like that, kind of like hallucinating, feeling like, you got to like guard yourself and protect yourself, and feeling like somebody is after you. You can have those type of feelings. So that's good to like really get help with that, get some support regarding that. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Let me take a look. Okay. Yeah, it says yes, anxiety is a symptom of seasonal affective disorder. Um, yeah, this is interesting. It says a type of depression that occurs during seasons. It says so some symptoms again. You could have increased sleep and daytime drowsiness, loss of interest in activities, social withdrawal, excessive tiredness, decreased sex drive, decreased ability to focus, and increased appetite, especially for sweets and carbohydrates. Yeah, that's interesting. Do any of you guys feel that way, or have you felt that way in the past? Very interesting. So yeah. So just make sure that you're getting the support that you want. Like I said, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Don't be afraid, to get the support that you need. Because like I said, at the end of the day, nobody else is gonna care. Think about it. Like nobody cares. Nobody cares. The people just care about themselves. And again, I'm not saying this is for everybody. I'm not saying this for everybody. But most people are selfish. Let's be honest, you guys. Most people are selfish. Most people only care about themselves. Most people, are competing with each other. Most people are looking down on each other. And it's just like, that's just, we gotta make some changes. We gotta make some improvements. We gotta, instead of competing with each other, instead of trying to put each other down and tear each other down, we have to try our best to build each other up. And that starts, you have to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you're not going to be able to love other people. So it all starts within. So do you guys see why I keep saying it's really good to do your inner work? Because if you do not do your inner work, you're going to tear people down. You're going to be jealous. You're going to be envious. You're going to be lashing out. You're going to be angry all the time. And you're going to be, trying to condemn people and take your anger out on innocent people that has nothing to do with your situation. You know what I'm saying? You're just looking at what you see, but you don't actually know that person. You get what I'm saying? You have to not just get to know people, but you have to get to know yourself. And like I said, you get to know yourself by spending time alone. Spending time alone. I know you don't want to do it. I know, trust me, I know it's difficult, right? You want to be underneath somebody. You want the attention. You want to feel important. You want to feel validated. You have to do that for yourself. You got to. Nobody else can do it. I'm telling you, nobody else can do it. Now, God can give you some things that you need, but God is going to be like, you know what? You got to do it for you too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. What else, you guys? Hold on, let's see. And also, too, if you are trying to support someone that's dealing with this, because you could be watching this, you're like, Joy, I'm not sad this holiday season. I'm good. I'm in a good place. I've moved on for the narcissist. I'm just at peace. I'm just working on being a better person, and I'm just looking forward to the next phase in my life. Awesome. I'm proud of you. Kudos to you. Congratulations. It takes a lot to get to that point, because most people don't want to do the inner work, and most people are still hurting, and that's fine. If you're still in a position where you're just like, I'm not ready to heal, I don't want to do the inner work, I'm not ready for it. You still want to be, if you still in your feelings about a situation, go ahead, deal with it. Deal with your feelings the best way that you can, as long as you're not harming anybody or doing magic or anything like that. Deal with your feelings, because I had to deal with my feelings. I did. There's no other way to go around it. There's no other way. Now, but if you are trying to support somebody dealing with sad during this holiday season, just be a support for them, and you may want to know, well, what does that look like? Listening, not judging, being a listening ear, and offering, good advice. Don't mislead them. Don't misguide them. Please don't. Or suggesting like, hey, tell them to go to therapy. Tell them to go to counseling, tell them to talk to someone that has experienced that particular situation. You get what I'm saying? Encourage them to, do things that's gonna help themselves. You may not be into you may have not experienced what they've experienced, but maybe you can guide them to somebody that has. You get what I'm saying? Or guide them, encourage them to read a book, or encourage them to do something fun for themselves, or spend time with their family or trusted friends and things like that. You get what I'm saying? Because I'll be honest, like during the time after when I was dealing with my aunt and the male narc many years ago in 2014, my trusted friends, a lot of them never dealt with a narcissist. I'm being honest. And they're sweet people. I love them so much. My good trusted friends. They're so sweet. But they never dealt with a narcissist. They never knew what that was. And even now, they still like when I tell them about it, they're like, "Oh my God, Joy, like you really went through that." I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh my God." And my one good friend, like she's been my friends for years. We're still friends to this day. We've been friends for over 12 years now or more. And the stuff that I tell her, she's like, "Wow, Joy." She's like, "You're so strong." She's like, "I don't know how you did it." She's like, "You're the strongest person I know." And I'm like, "Girl, like, I don't even know how I did that." Like her and I, we joke around. But she's the sweetest person I ever met. And she taught me a lot. And I'm truly grateful for her that I met her. And I could say that she's a genuine person. Like it's rare to meet good people, rare. So when you meet a good person, do not do them dirty. Be nice to them, be kind, because most people are evil, and you're gonna 9 times out of 10 you're gonna run into an evil person more than a good person. So be good to those that are good to you. So that's but yes, but she supported me the best way that she can during the time that I was dealing with the narcissist, and I learned a lot from her. And even now I learn a lot from her and vice versa. But yeah, but like I said, if you're in a point where you're good, you're happy, you're not sad during this time, just support somebody that needs support. And if you don't know how to do it, then find out how, or redirect them to somebody that does know how to. Because the one thing is, just keep in mind is that you don't want to make that person that's dealing with SAD, you don't want to make them feel worse. Like I know how that feels, because I like the people that I thought were my friends during that period of time years ago, I knew who was a friend and who wasn't based off of how they treated me when I was dealing with the abuse and the situations that I was going through. I was like, "Oh, okay, nice meeting you, but I don't think we're friends." And you just let stuff go. You get what I'm saying? And it's not to say that those people were bad people. It's just we wasn't a fit for each other for as far as friendships. And it's like it is what it is. You wish them well and be at peace. But and sometimes you have to do stuff like that. Sometimes, it's not to say the people that were your friends before, it's not to say that they're bad people. It's just you guys are in two different spaces in your life. Maybe you want two different things. You have different goals for yourself, and that's fine. Not everybody has the same goals. Not everybody has the same drive or ambition in life, and that's cool. So, but anyway, you guys, I don't want to make this video too long. I hope that this video was helpful and insightful. If you are dealing with SAD, please don't, like I said, don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to support you in any way that I can, because I know what it feels like to deal with SAD. I didn't know it was SAD at the time, but I just knew I dealt with abuse, but I didn't know they had like specific disorders for that. It's like, oh, okay, interesting. But I know I did experience narcissistic abuse. So anyway, I love you guys. I would love to know what was your biggest takeaway. Any topics you guys want me to do, please feel free to leave a comment, and I would love to know more on that, and we can do a live like this and discuss it together here. Make sure if you guys want to reach out to me, the link is going to be in the description. Any way that I can support you guys, I would love to be able to do so. So yeah. And also real quick though, I actually got a comment on my video. It says it's on why most people don't believe you when you tell them what the narcissist has done to you and why. But we'll do another video on this. But somebody says true. I don't know. Somebody says true. I didn't know until this one was super toxic. I was stressed by a guy before, but didn't know it was a thing. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, you find that people won't believe you. It's sad, but it's true. Don't take it personal, because like I said, most people don't encounter a narcissist. It's pretty rare these days. Pretty rare. Hold on. Hold on. But yeah, we'll do a video on that. And even, you could still be feeling or dealing with sad, and people don't believe that you're sad, right? They'd be like, oh, what are you talking about? They're like, oh, just get over it. Oh, just move on. Like I had people telling me that after I dealt with the abuse from the narcissist, and just other situations in my life, the two individuals that I thought were my friends, they were like, oh, whatever, like, just move on and things like that. And most people have that perspective. Most people that, like I said, whether they're just unaware, or they just don't love themselves, or they don't know what it is that you're experiencing. Maybe they don't know how to best support you. They don't, excuse me, sorry. I had I ate earlier and it's kind of coming up. But some of them probably just don't care either, so you have to kind of keep that in mind. So make sure that you connect with people that care about you, that love you. I know it's difficult these days. Most people don't love, most people don't care about you. They only care about themselves. So, but anyway, I love you guys. Please feel free to give this video a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a nice holiday, and till the next time. Love you guys. Bye.